Today in this video we are going to see how to print a triangle pattern using ASCII. So in the first picture I am seeing a triangular pattern using stars. So in this, for the first row I am having one star, and in the second row I am having two stars, and in every corresponding row position I am having the equivalent stars. Okay, so I am going to assume this in the form of a matrix or in the form of a table. It has 5 rows and 5 columns. Just assume it. So in the first row I am going to initialize with 1 star, and in the second row I am going to initialize with 2 stars, and in the same way I am going to assign. So this can be written in the form of a for loop. So I am going to initialize an int I, that is outer loop. For int I is equal to 1, I should be less than n. So the maximum level of I should be the number of rows. So in this case I am assigning the number as 5 and I plus plus, and followed by the inner loop. The inner loop should be visualized as j. So for int j is equal to 1, I am giving condition as j should be less than or equal to I, because see this pattern. So in first row I am having a maximum of only 1, and in the second row only 2 is present. So I am going to print the equivalent number. So j must be less than or equal to I and j plus plus. It is increment condition. So for in this case alone I am going to print star. Else I am not going to print any stars. And once again I am declaring a new line for correspondency. So when I print 1 star in the first row, I am going to skip and I need to move to the next line. Okay, so I am just written the for loops alone. So if we replace this for loop in the normal program, you can get the desired output. And now we are moving to the second program. So second program we can visualize a similar triangular pattern, but the triangle is in the opposite side, right? So when we visualize this in the form of 5 rows and 5 columns, I found some spaces before printing the star, right? So I am going to visualize this pattern in 2 aspects. First, this space aspect 1, and next the asterisk aspect, that is this part alone and the star part alone. So first, when I consider the space part, I am going to calculate the number of spaces corresponding to each row. So in the first row I am having 4 spaces and a single star, and in the second row I am having 3 spaces and 2 star. So when I verified this with the logic, so in row 1, when I count the total number of rows, that is I am going to assign as 5 and minus that particular row, that is 1. So 5 minus 1, I got 4 spaces. And in another example, row 3, I am going to assign spaces to be 5, that is total number of rows, minus that particular third row spaces, it is 2 spaces. So when I verify these 2 conditions, I found the logic, right? Here I have, in row 3 I am having 2 spaces, and in row 1 I am having 4 spaces. So when I come into the programming part, I am going to initialize an outer loop, that is int I. So I am going to initialize with 1, and I am giving a condition that it should not exceed the maximum number of rows, that is I should be less than or equal to n. Here n is 5 and I plus plus incrementing. Then the inside loop, first I should print spaces and then the stars, right? So for int j is equal to 1, j should be less than or equal to n minus I. So it should print up to 4 times, not 5 times or even lesser, right? and J++ printf spaces. Fine. So I have given a comment to print spaces, and now we are going to the triangle part. So now, as same as the first one, I am going to implement, because I can give this as an application of the first one. When I give spaces to this triangle, the stars get shifted and we get this output. In this way, we need to visualize a pattern program. Fine. So once again I can repeat, for int j is equal to 1, so j should be less than or equal to I, that is the number of that row number, 1 for 1, 2 for 2 and 3 for 3. Fine. And again we need to print a new line for that correspondency. Fine. So in this way we can print two important triangular pattern. So, and the next we are going to find the advantages. So the first advantage is this type of triangle pattern has many applications in the forward pattern and in the reverse pattern too. So how to print a reverse pattern? So it is similar as that of the previous case, but changing the outer for loop as n to 1. So in the previous sum we saw that 1 to n. So I am going to print from 1. It is in ascending order, right? So when I print from n to 1, it is in descending order. And we are going to use decrement operator here, so that the reversal format can be achieved easily. And when we combine different programs, I have the potential to create a huge design. For example, this look like a pyramid in sideways, right? So I can assume that this is a format of a top triangle and a bottom triangle in reverse manner, right? So when I print a triangle in forward, ascending and descending, I get this output. In this way we can print a lot of pattern using this particular specifier, and this two tricks play a vital role in printing many bigger patterns too. Thank you.